Governor, members of Congress, my colleagues in the General Assembly, elected officials, and all of you. We've mastered the air and conquered the sea, annihilated distance and prolonged life. But we're not fit to live on this earth without war and hate and racism and gun violence. As we reflect on this day, let us remember that Mother Emanuel is our sanctuary, a sanctuary for the devout, who through fire, vandalism, earthquake, hurricane, and war sacrificed to maintain an ordinate tabernacle for the glory of God. And there was no man better qualified to speak from the same pulpit that Martin Luther King Jr. once spoke than my colleague and friend, Reverend Clementa Pinckney. He understood the meaning of a sanctuary and a safe and sacred place for worship, for organization, and for action. And it was in this sanctuary, our sanctuary, that God took his hand and the hands of several great people, Sharonda Coleman Singleton, Cynthia Hurd, Tawanza Sanders, Ethel Lance, Susie Jackson, DePayne Doctor, Reverend Daniel Simmons, and Myra Thompson, and gave them their reward for a lifetime of service to his glory. So when evil walks inside our sanctuary, takes a seat, and listens to the word of God, and then proceeds to violently violate our refuge, one might ask the question, where is God? Where is God when the red carpets of this notable edifice built to his glory is stained with the blood of its pastor and parishioners? Where is God? Well, Mother Emanuel itself is the answer to the question, for the word Emmanuel is Hebrew for God is with us. So where is God? God is Emmanuel. God is with us. And God was there with those who were killed, holding their hands and whispering into their ears at their last transition from God's earthly sanctuary to the great sanctuary above. God was there, and so was the spirit of the Emmanuel 9 and the survivors when the General Assembly removed a symbol that polarized the state for decades, and this governor signed that bill that we passed, which removed the Confederate flag in front of the State House. And God will be there when evil is brought to justice for violating our sanctuary. As we observe the one-year mark of this tragic event, God expects us, in the spirit of these souls and the survivors, to go to work. It is found in the book of James, 2nd chapter, 14th verse. What does it profit, my brethren, if someone says he have faith but not works? Can faith save him? Faith without works is dead. I can assure you, as your state senator, I will keep working in the spirit of these families and the spirit of the survivors. I don't drive to Columbia every week with a weak spine and to go on bended knee. And what And what you should expect from me and your other leaders are people who demonstrate the wisdom and courage to think big and tackle complicated issues. It takes no courage to sail the placid seas of contentment. And in the aftermath of the massacre here in San Bernardino and Orlando, and many other mass murders that claim the lives of so many of our brothers and sisters in America, we must, in Congress and state legislators all across the country, address gun reform. This year, the General Assembly spent great time on a bill debating that would discriminate against the LBG community by regulating bathroom use. This year, the General Assembly, we used significant resources holding multiple hearings to debate keeping Syrian refugees who are fleeing persecution out of South Carolina. By the way, there are only 2 Syrian refugees here. This year, the General Assembly, we ended the session debating a coyote tagging program. But no time, no hearing for the people of Charleston debating how we might save lives in the future with an extended background check for gun sales and to close the Charleston loophole. Dylan Roof was not part of ISIS. He was a homegrown terrorist filled with hate right here in South Carolina. What sense does it make to have a background check law if the background check does not have to be complete before the gun is sold? What kind of sportsman needs an assault rifle to hunt deer? Why do we allow someone who is being expected, who is suspected of terrorism, to purchase a gun but not board a plane? If you can't fly, you ought not be able to buy. Folks, it's not that complicated. In the coming months, the debate will be coming here, right here to Charleston in this spirit. The South Carolina Senate will hold hearings, and in the spirit of what occurred here 1 year ago, I ask and hope that you participate so your voice would be heard. In closing, a lot of tears will be shed as we observe this week and today for the 1 year mark. And there will be a lot of talk about faith and forgiveness and God. But I leave you with the words of New York Senator, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, who had it right when he said, "Don't speak to me about your religion. First, show it to me in how you treat other people. Don't tell me how much you love your God. Show it to me in how much you love all of God's children. Don't preach to me about your passion for your faith. Teach me about your compassion for your love of neighbors." At this moment of reflection, pain, and grief, just as God is Emmanuel, let us be with God. Let us be on God's side. The founders of Mother Emanuel and those who sustained it for 200 years never lost sight of God. So let us all uplift his name with the great chants of our ancestors. Ride on, King Jesus. No man can conquer me. No one told us that the road would be easy, but he didn't believe us this far to leave us. Walk together, children, don't you get weary. There's a great camp meeting on the promised land. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Bread of heaven, feed us till we want no more.